chickpeas, tinned ambient produce to send out to our wonderful charity food members. And I thought this is a great one to be using, because obviously you've got a lot of chickpeas. Yes, they're great in curries, yes, they're great in stews, yes, they're great in soups. But what else can you do with them? So today we are making hummus. So hummus, who's made hummus before? If you have, or if you've got any ideas, please start posting some questions. Some of your ideas as well, it'd be great to share them. We'll save all these videos and we'll put them online afterwards on YouTube, etc. So hummus, the earliest recorded recipe or written idea of a hummus dish was actually from Cairo in the 13th century. So it's a very sort of Middle Eastern dish. It's used as a dip or as an appetizer. It's high in protein and it's high in fibre. And if you've got a food processor, it's very, very easy to do because it's very simple, very quick to do. So this is going to do all the work for you. If you haven't got one of these, don't worry. You can use a stick blender. So if you've got a stick blender in a nice big bowl, you can use that. Or alternatively, and believe it or not, I've done this myself, just use a potato masher and mash everything down really fine, okay? So a nice, simple, quick recipe that's ideal for using as a dip. We're going to get going with it. So in here I've got some drained chickpeas. Now I'm using 800 grams here, so it's quite a large portion that I'm going to make here. And we're just going to pour them into our food processor. So just drain them off. Often they come in salted water and we want to eliminate extra salt. We are going to be seasoning this. So drain them off, get them popped in there. Now, the next thing we're going to do is we're just going to add in some oil. Now I'm using extra virgin olive oil. I would never normally tell you to cook with this, only use it in salads and stuff, but it works really well, obviously, with our hummus, with it being a cold dish. So in with our oil, keep your little bowl like you had everything in there before, your chickpeas, you can stack everything up, work nice and tidy. And then the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to add in this. Now this here is tahini, okay? And it's basically comes from sesame seeds, yeah? So it comes in a jar like this. You'll often find when you get it, it'll separate, the oil will rise to the top. Just give it a good shake and a good stir, yeah? Please be careful if you are making this dish for people in the community, because sesame is one of the main 14 allergens that has to be declared and bold on packaging. If you know someone who's got an allergy to sesame, etc., just leave this out completely. Or guess what? If you haven't even got tahini, just leave it out, it's absolutely fine, yeah? But it does taste good in our hummus. So I'm just going to pour this in, like so. I'll get a shot of that, right. And then the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put in some garlic. So all I've done here is I've just basically chopped the end off, the woody bit off my garlic. I've just taken the skin off, and then basically I've just roughly chopped it. Because again, this is hopefully going to do all the work for us. Okay, so in with that. And I'm just going to start to give this a little bit of a whiz up. So it's going to get a little bit noisy now. And then I'm going to add a little bit of lemon juice in as well. So let's just get this started. Now that's a good start, because it would be quite embarrassing if I had turned the power off. So we're working, it's good. Lovely. Have a look at that Georgina. So you can see it's starting to come together. Yeah, we've got the lovely Georgina again on camera, so thank you so much for doing this again this Friday. You can see it's starting to come together, yeah? So it's probably going to need a bit more moisture in. Now I'm going to add some lemon in. So just slice the lemon, clean hands, got gloves on. That'll catch any of your pips. And it's going to give a nice bit of a zing to this as well. Another little handy tip for you as well. If you're going to do this, try with oranges as well. That works really well. So we'll just give that another bit of lemon juice, catch any pips, get them in there, and that'll help just to loosen it a little bit more. It'll come together in a bowl. Now, the more you blitz this, the smoother it's going to be. If you like a bit of texture, you can just give it a few blitzes, a bit of a whiz up, and you'll still get some of the chickpeas that are sort of halved, and you're going to get a nice bit of texture to it as well. But if you want it smooth, just keep going with it, yeah? I'm just going to add another little bit more lemon, and then I'm just going to loosen it off with a little bit of water as well. Okay. You can add more oil, okay? But obviously we're trying to cut down on oil, so just by adding a little water, that'll do the same sort of job, just to loosen it off and get it to the texture, the consistency that you like. Lovely. now starting to resemble what our hummus would look like, yeah? Now obviously you can buy shop bought, but again, it's probably got a lot more salt in there, may have sugars in there. By making it yourself, you know exactly what goes into it. As I said, it's high in protein, it's high in fibre, and it's cheap. Tins of chickpeas are cheap, yeah? So have a go at it. The next thing we'll do is just going to add a touch of salt, so I'm using sea salt here. A little touch more. So we've got lemon in there, we've got the chickpeas, we've got the garlic, we've got the tahini. We're going to add a little bit of pepper. Like so. Okay. A splash more water, because I like my hummus a little bit looser than that. Give it another whiz up. And big. So we're just going to take it out of here, and I'm going to pop some in the bowl for you, just to show you how we can finish it off. Nice little bowl. Take that off. It's as easy as that. Like I say, the machine does all the work for you. So we'll just pop some in here. Now Georgina's never tried hummus before, so this is going to be a little experience for her. If she doesn't like it, it's not going to taste very good, is it? But if you like hummus, this is a great recipe for it. Okay, so there's your hummus in the bowl. Right now, if you're going to serve this, it's nice if you've got the lovely sort of Moroccan style terracotta pots or whatever. Pop it all in there, a little drizzle of olive oil on there as well. But another little thing I like to do is basically save some of your chickpeas. So keep a handful aside from where you're blitzing them down. A little bit of oil in a frying pan. Pop them in, yeah, sort of medium to high heat. Roast them off a little bit of cumin powder, okay? And then we can just put a few of them in the middle, yeah, or over the top. And then I've also fried up some onions and some cumin as well. Now this works really well with red onions because you get a bit of sweetness from it, okay? But use what you've got. Today we didn't have red onions, so I basically just used some normal onions, yeah? Bit of that over the top as well. And then a few more of our chickpeas, dotted round. And then at this stage you could put extra things on, so you could put a little bit of paprika on, some smoked paprika, some more cumin. We're just going to add a little bit of oil, drizzle of oil. Over the top. You could use fresh herbs, flat leaf parsley goes really well with this. A little bit of that on the top like so. And then finally just a bit of smoked paprika, or a bit of smokiness to it. And that there, my friends, is a bowl of hummus. Lovely dip. Very, very tasty. Yeah. You can try making beetroot hummus. That's a nice one, yeah. Okay, and like I say, add a little bit of orange in there. In addition to that as well, it's great for using all the vegetables you're getting from FARESHARE. So at the minute, I know we've got loads of radish in. Radish is lovely to dip in there. You get a nice pepperiness and a nice creaminess from the hummus. Use things like asparagus, carrot, peppers. They all work really well. Or if you have a look on the YouTube channel as well, you'll also see we've got a recipe for flatbreads. It's great just on a bit of flatbreads, or even on some toast. Have a go at it. Dead easy to do. Great way of using up chickpeas. If you've got any questions, keep them coming. We'll do our best to answer them. But there you go, guys. You asked for it. A nice, simple, quick dish. You've got tasty, delicious hummus in next to no time.